Embarrassing moments the NBA wants you to completely forget. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to NBA Loop. We've all been there, and it's terribly uncomfortable. A situation where someone says or does something highly inappropriate without thinking, and what results is dead silence. It's a different story when you're in sports, and awkward moments take place. On live TV, there are cameras capturing the moment as it unfolds for live television, and unfortunately, it's unscripted, and there are no takebacks or do-overs. Let's take a look at some embarrassing moments that the NBA wants you to completely forget. Tim Donaghy scandal. Tim Donaghy single-handedly represents the most embarrassing thing to ever happen in the NBA. He bet on games that he officiated in and gave insider information to mobsters as well. It was never proven that he made calls to swing games in his favor, but the 13-year official was fired and landed in jail on illegal gambling charges.
What was your first game? First game you ref, do you remember that?
I do. Reggie Miller makes a move and I called an offensive foul. The place went nuts. The game couldn't be played for about 20 minutes.
The water situation. The scuffle was settled down and the final buzzer finally went off on what was another rough game for the Knicks. Both teams probably wanted to hit the showers, do their quick post-game interviews, and call it a night. Well, it didn't sound like the Grizzlies could even do the first part. Morant said that there was no hot water and terrible water pressure in the Knicks visitor locker room. I've taken cold showers before, but at least I've had water pressure, Morant added. Robinson jumping all over Pierce. In one of the games, the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks were playing down to the wire in a close game. In the final possession, the ball was in Paul Pierce's hands, and as customary of the truth, he was able to seal the game with a clutch jumper. With the games decided, Paul Pierce ran to the other end of the court like an airplane to showboat his great play. Teammate Nate Robinson wanted to celebrate with Pierce and jump on his back, but apparently, Pierce wasn't interested. What resulted was an awkwardly hilarious sequence that nearly broke Nate's neck.
And then he gets a look. We talked about it. Does not matter the length, the size. He has a knack of using that upper body strength.
Dick Bavada and Charles Barkley race, then kiss. Back in the day, when the NBA held a race for charity between NBA referee and senior citizen Dick Bavada and NBA legend Charles Barkley. The whole race was inconsequential and unnecessary, but ended with a kiss on the lips between Barkley and Bavada. The NBA may have been going for comedy, but it was mostly just uncomfortable and weird for the live audience and for those watching at home. The moment, however, did provide a fun bit where Shaq would tease Barkley on television over the incident by stating, "You kissed Dick on the mouth." Eddie Griffin's drunk escapades. In the great state of Minnesota, Eddie Griffin rammed his Cadillac Escalade into a Chevy Suburban outside a Minneapolis store. What's worse is that Griffin was incoherently drunk according to witnesses, and above that, he wasn't fully dressed when he struck the other SUV. What could possibly be the worst was him telling several passerbys that he was watching a pornographic film on a mounted DVD player while performing a sexual act as he drove the car. Latrell Sprewell's family needs food. After a successful season in Minnesota, Latrell Sprewell was offered a 3-year, $21 million extension. The problem is, Spree didn't think this was generous at all, saying, "Why would I want to help the Timberwolves win a title? They're not doing anything for me. I've got a lot of risk here. I've got a family to feed." Needless to say, the Wolves didn't and thus concluded Spree's tenure in the NBA. Magic Johnson's confession. When rumors started to circulate early in the morning that Magic Johnson was retiring, no one knew why he had suddenly decided to completely take a break from his career. Later, Magic revealed that he had attained HIV. He contracted the disease amidst many sexual encounters with women during his playing days. The NBA took the biggest hit here, and they immediately took mental note of players who were sleazes alike.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers.
Tim Duncan, ejected by NBA ref Joey Crawford for laughing. Retired NBA official Joey Crawford had long carried a reputation as a no-nonsense referee that would not tolerate players complaining and questioning his calls. He also had a confusing beef with one of NBA history's greatest power forwards in Tim Duncan. So much so that he famously ejected Duncan merely for laughing on the bench in one of the most head-scratching bizarre sports incidents caught on camera. Dwight Howard and Stan Van Gundy's most embarrassing interview ever. Van Gundy, who was butting heads with both Howard and the front office over his coaching and role, felt the writing was on the wall for his tenure in Orlando and explained to reporters that he felt Howard wanted him gone. Van Gundy was powerfully forthright in his interview when all of a sudden, Dwight Howard appears and puts an arm around his coach, playfully jibbing with a big smile on his face.
You know, it's 12:02 right now. If they want to fire me at 12:05, I'll go home and find something to do. I'll have a good day. I'm not I'm not worried about that at all. What I'm worried about is it's 7 o'clock tonight.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.